I'm going to give you 4 tips to make eye contact in a way that will make you come across and feel more confident. I'm Alex Lyon, and this channel is all about communication skills and leadership skills. And one area that people struggle with a lot is making good eye contact. So if that's you, I'd like you to set a goal for yourself. So first, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your own eye contact in conversations, meetings, and presentations? We'll get a baseline score for you. So whatever your score is, I would then like you to set a goal to move it up on that scale a few clicks. So if you're currently at a 4, aim for a 7. If you're already at a 7, 8, or 9, then let's go for a 10. Do you have your baseline score? Then let's do it. A few years ago, the Wall Street Journal published an article about poor eye contact in the US. And the bottom line was that most people do not make nearly enough eye contact in conversations to make a connection with others. On average, adults are only making eye contact about 30% to 60% of the time. According to the communication analytics company Quantified Impressions, we generally need between 60 and 70% eye contact to make it feel like we have a human connection of some kind. So many people, in other words, are making only about half as much eye contact as we should be making. Some of the main reasons we're having trouble looking people in the eye is a lack of awareness about it, a lack of our own confidence, and of course, our almost total preoccupation with our devices. Wall Street Journal article also explained that high status people like CEOs and other leaders tend to make more eye contact than lower status people. I will put a link to that Wall Street Journal article in the description below. And I've read similar research in my own field of communication. And I've seen it play out in many groups over the years. Eye contact is such a clear indicator of status that you can instantly boost the perceptions of your status in a meeting simply by looking people in the eye more. So give it a try at your next meeting. In addition to connecting better and boosting perceptions about your status, making eye contact even a little bit more makes you appear more confident in yourself and your point of view. And when you're listening, it communicates respect for others. The question is, how can we get better at it? Here are 3 quick guidelines that'll help you practice. First, in one-on-one conversations, eye contact works best in intervals of about 7 to 10 seconds at a time. You don't want to stare at people for 60 seconds of uninterrupted eye contact. So as you're talking, it's okay to look away for a moment for everybody's comfort, and then resume eye contact after you look away. If you're listening rather than talking, you should stretch that up to the 10-second part of that range. Aiming for 7 to 10-second moments will boost you into that 70% eye contact range that research says you should be striving for. Second, during a presentation or when you're talking in a group setting like at a meeting, aim to make eye contact with each person for about 3 to 5 seconds at a time. If you're presenting, that means you'll almost always be looking at somebody the entire time. So for presentations, strive to look at somebody, let's say 99% of the time, and just spend 1% of the time looking at your notes. But that'll be distributed among everybody in the room. So you don't just stare at one person or 2 people the entire time and ignore everybody else. In a presentation or a group, 3 to 5 seconds is long enough to look at somebody, finish a thought, and then move on to make eye contact with the next person. A client once told me that their college professor taught them this phrase, 1 thought, 1 look. I love it and I've adopted it myself. In just 3 to 5 seconds, you can connect, express a thought, and then move on. 1 thought, 1 look. 1 thought, 1 look. That will help prevent you from looking over people's heads or scanning around the room so quickly that you're never really connecting with anybody. Make sure you let your eye contact connect with people long enough so that they know you're looking at them. And on a 10-point scale, looking at every single person in the room is really the ideal, and you should do it over and over again for the length of the presentation. Keep that ideal in mind. Third, sustain your eye contact after you're done with your talking turn. This is a tip I have not heard many other coaches give. In conversations, and especially group meetings, some people will give their point of view, and they'll even make eye contact while they're doing it. But people who lack that confidence will usually then look down at a device or at the table almost immediately after finishing their talking turn. This lacks nonverbal follow-through, and it looks defeated. It communicates, well, I shared my idea, but I don't expect anybody to care. The key to confident eye contact is to sustain it After your talking turn is over, keep your eyes up, and whoever talks next, make eye contact and listen carefully to whatever they have to say. This communicates that you believe in what you have just said and you're standing behind it. I gave a similar tip in a recent video about how to speak up in meetings. And I'll put a link to that video in the description below this one if you want to watch the whole thing. Now let's talk again about your goal number on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm hoping that these 3 tips will help move you up the scale to make your eye contact more effective. These 3 tips do take practice, but remember, people cannot read your mind. So better eye contact will instantly make you come across as if you have more confidence, even if you don't instantly feel better. But then something almost magical will happen. As you behave like you have more confidence, you'll notice very quickly that you begin to feel more confident. That positive feedback loop will help you make even more progress in the right direction. Again, I put a link in the description to the related video about how to speak up in meetings. You can take a look at that there. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.